Welcome to another episode of What Nobody Told Me After 65. Today I'm going to talk to you about seniors and a will, or the last will and testament. It is a standalone video. However, if you keep in mind the video that I did yesterday about the asset recovery as it relates to Medicaid, there's some things in this video that you want to take into consideration. All right, so we want to get started. What is a will? A will is a legal document that expresses your desires for distributing your assets after you die. If you die without a will, that's called being intestate. If this happens, it is a battle for your loved ones to prove what they think you would have wanted or not wanted. And sometimes it's a battle with the state, because when a person dies intestate, the state has to come in and look at your assets, your bank accounts, what have you, and determine who would get it. They also collect a fee. Nobody wants to give the state any money, and I sure don't want to give them no money after I'm dead. All right, so here are some things that are discharged, forgiven, go away when you die. Unsecured debt is typically forgiven. Credit cards, personal loans, and medical debt. If medical debt is discharged, why then would states be trying to collect on your estate after you're deceased if you died in a medical facility that was run by a Medicaid authorized provider? And I guess what I'm saying is, if these medical bills are forgiven, why is the state saying they have to collect, or the feds are telling them that they should collect to get their money back? That's something for me to check into. Anyway, let's talk about the types of wills. Simple will is a basic will. It specifies who inherits what. Plain and simple. You have to first state that this is, I am who I am. This is my last will and testament, and something to the effect of, I'm in my right mind. You have to have 2 or 3 adult witnesses sign. And then you name everything you want to give away and to whom you're going to give it to. You can also name an executor of your will or an executor of your estate. That's somebody that's going to handle everything. If you have minor children or pets, you can also name who will look after them. That's a simple will. A living will allows you to designate which medical procedures and medications you want or don't want, and if you want to be an organ donor. Advanced Healthcare Directive is another name for a living will. Sometimes the the nurse or somebody at the hospital or at the clinic where you might be going asks you if you have an advanced directive. All that's saying is, I'm telling you that I want to be resuscitated, or I'm telling you I do not want to be resuscitated. That is the Advanced Healthcare Directive, also known as a living will. A living will is not the same as a last will and testament. This document outlines your end-of-life care if you cannot communicate. That's all. Holographic wills. This will is handwritten and signed, often without a witness. These wills are not accepted in all jurisdictions because they must meet specific standards. Now, what about Aretha Franklin's will? Remember her? Aretha Franklin's will was found under a couch cushion. And if I'm not mistaken, I think a judge declared that it was legal. All that money and she didn't have a will. Lord have mercy. Non-cupative will is known as a deathbed will or an oral will. It's done when a person feels that they're going to die soon. It's also very subjective to state laws, so you don't want to do that. Joint wills are created by couples to protect their partner. It incorporates the wishes of both parties and they sign it together. It cannot be altered without both parties' consent. So you got a joint will, your partner dies, what's in there is in there. Nothing can be changed. A mirror will is made by a married couple or domestic partners. We have a lot of those now. It states the content of one spouse or partner mirrors the content of the other. They designate the same people and organizations as secondary beneficiaries. And a testamentary trust will is written inside of a regular will. Yeah, that's why you need a lawyer. It directs the disposition of your assets after your death. This type of trust is unique in that it is not in effect until after you die. I thought all wills didn't go into effect until after you died. Yeah, that's why you need a lawyer. I'm thinking, what am I missing here? So I went to look up a testamentary trust, and you need one of these if you have assets over $1 million. Well, most of us won't be needing one of those. Now, the type of will you get depends on you. It's what you want, what you decide. However, the most common will is the simple will. Differences in trusts and will. Trusts are private and not subject to probate, while a regular will, simple wills, can be probated and as such are public information. Okay, again, the information I'm providing here is purely for illustrative purposes. I'm not a lawyer. You need to seek the advice of a licensed attorney or an estate planner. Now, as it relates to the video yesterday, I received several comments in the comment section that you can get a trust, have it notarized, and be done. I don't know about that. Again, talk to your legal representative, your banker, your daughter, your doctor, whoever handles your legal affairs. By the way, attorney's fees for wills are anywhere between $250 and $1,000. But it's best to get an attorney if you have any considerable assets. Folks who just have a car and a couple dollars in the bank, you can do a simple will. It used to be said that you write it out on a napkin and give it to your daughter or give it to your neighbor or whatever, and sign it, and it was legally binding. I think those days are long gone. I also went to a website because it intrigued me because it said, here are some things not to do when someone dies. Do not tell their bank. I'll tell you why in a minute. Do not wait to call Social Security. Do that right away. Do not wait to call their pension provider. Do not tell utility companies. I'll tell you why in a minute. Do not give away or promise stuff to loved ones. Don't do it. Do not sell any of their possessions. And do not drive their vehicles. Yeah. Now, why do you want to not tell the bank? Because they might freeze their assets. And then you can't pay the funeral expenses. You can't pay somebody to haul the trash out of the house. You can't pay for little things that might need to be done. And there's money in the accounts. And you can't access it because you told the bank they died. And now they've taken over the accounts. So that's why you don't want to tell the bank until later, after you have talked to your lawyer. Why not tell utility companies? Because then they cut the service off. You can't clean out your mom or Uncle Joe's house in the dark. They will cut the utilities off, and it's a mess. Water, you need those things while you're cleaning, getting the house prepared to show it or sell it, whatever. Tell the utility company later on. You got time. Now, I was sort of speculating why they didn't want you to drive their car, but okay, I get it. The insurance is for that person, not you. And if you're driving and get hit or hit somebody, it's a mess. So don't do that until after you've consulted an attorney and you got everything all taken care of. And you don't want to sell any of their possessions because family members will freak out. And then you got a whole nother kettle of fish to fry. So it's best to wait until you have gathered the family together, or you have the attorney or whoever is going to be handling the estate, and then you can decide what to do with what. Listen, do your homework. Make sure you have figured out, is the attorney reputable or estate planner? Sometimes you can get a referral from a family member. That's cool. You can go online if you're tech savvy, and you can go online and get some recommendations. But you don't have to go with the first Joe Schmo you talk to. Do your homework, just like you would. This is a purchase. Like you purchase anything else, make sure you are getting value for your money. All right? Listen, I hope something has been said here that's helpful. I'm enjoying the conversations. We're having a great time. Thank you so much for subscribing, sharing, hitting the notification bell, and the thumbs up. I appreciate you all very much. And listen, you don't know what you don't know. Thanks for listening.